The Indianapolis Colts.
First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
How'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run once more with Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. On play action, they'll throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Back to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. Play action. It's Jackson. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be caught downfield by Slayton. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Well, Brent, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throw left side complete. That's Taylor. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Ravens will take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jackson now. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And he'll just get rid of it.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson, a quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
They bring a receiver in motion right. And Jackson throwing once more. And it's caught. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Ravens 7, Colts 0.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard
line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you talk about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's now out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back
back to throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. And Winslow brings it in over the middle.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. The Colts sitting at 5-2 on the year. And they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Taylor.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Give him 30 yards there.
So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. But I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like he's running a route before he gets the football because he's got a full head of steam when the ball is popped in his direction.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
At the Ravens' 10-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Running left, Taylor. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
2nd and 3. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. They'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 9-yard line.
On the draw is Taylor, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Colts have cut it back within a score. And Johnson's extra point up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
2nd and 14. And he's got Pierce.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And the Colts have first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Off the option, here's Taylor.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Looking to throw. He's got it. This is Ware.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third.
On the option to give to Taylor here.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 48. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Now back to throw.
He'll drop this down to Taylor, and he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now you get to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. He'll look to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. They'll set up a throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on first and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. That ball caught by Slayton. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 19 yards away.
And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here the opening minute of the third quarter.
Tucker with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Ravens 28, Colts 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught by Ware. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
The slot man in motion right. 2nd down and inches. He sets to fire deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
What a luxury to have a tight end that can run a post route like that.
It's a luxury for the offense. It's an extreme luxury for the quarterback. Always has a great outlet and usually able to come up with a nice play down the middle of the field.
They'll roll him out right. This is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Justin Tucker to kick off Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
The throw over the middle, taken in.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His second touchdown of the night.
And the Colts get a bit closer. And Johnson's extra point up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 40. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Ravens.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it, and you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On second down, it's Taylor.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That was a really nice run there to bring up third and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Colts will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there, still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. And they are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
They'll drop to throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Ashton Davis.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Back to throw again. Looking left side, and it's complete.
And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
A big play there for Indy.
And even 40 yards. Taylor is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Got a man, Slayton. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
Here's Jackson to throw. Once again, he finds Slayton.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First down, Ravens.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
There he goes left side. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in his game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick-6 on the other side, and now they get a pick-6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick-6 from earlier in this game?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And that pick-6 a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession fourth-quarter lead.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Yeah, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on 3rd down tonight. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Jamar Chase. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Colts 28. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Alec Pierce, the intended receiver.
And it's 3rd and 4.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
They'll look to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
74 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Colts! A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Oh, this is blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. And after all that, he's going to wind up in the end zone. And incredibly, that's a two-point conversion. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, under the lights in prime time, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Baltimore, the win will move them to 7-2.